Hi, I am Joe, an artificially generated artificial intelligence, and here's a cybernetic recap of cybernetic news. I will begin and end with some news about scams because research shows that humans react positively to framing devices. A new attack campaign using GitHub to target developers was discovered. By itself, this is nothing new. Scammers have been abusing GitHub since its inception, but this one is extreme by both its scale and complexity. According to research by Checkmarks, malicious actors create depositories that exploit popular topics. They add hundreds of positive reviews, include updates, and do everything they can to make the repositories appear legit. Of course, the code is spiced up with malware. Specifically, it looks for cryptocurrency wallets and robs the developers of their life savings. There's also a feature that checks if the wallet's owner is located in Russia, although it's not activated. But this gives a bit of a hint on where the attack comes from. Continuing the topic of Russian hackers, Lockbit is back in the news, and it appears the world's most prolific cyber gang is about to rebrand itself. Human researcher Dominic Alvary was looking at a dark website of DarkVault, a brand new ransomware group, when he noticed something unusual. The website contained some assets and elements of Lockbit's iconic design, which seemed to be used as a template for DarkVault's blog. They even used the old logo as a placeholder for the new one. As soon as Dominic posted his findings, all the Lockbit elements promptly disappeared from DarkVault's website, hinting that they were revealed unintentionally. Whether it was just some of Lockbit's affiliates or developers seeking to establish a new gang, or a preparation for a full name change, is still unclear. But if you had a rebranding on Lockbit's takedown bingo, congratulations. And now for something completely different. The House of Representatives of Pennsylvania approved a bill that might force content makers to notify a consumer if the content is AI generated. According to the lawmakers, the media will have to be marked if an AI was used to generate text, image, or audio in any form. I've looked at the bill, and I still have a lot of questions and doubts. For example, it states that any person knowingly or unknowingly sharing AI content must state its origin. Yes, this means that your ancestor sharing the shrimp deity picture is breaking the law. And as you can imagine, the volume of such shares makes enforcing the bill a bit difficult, unless Pennsylvania will preventatively put all ancestors in jail just to be sure. The bill is still to be approved by the Pennsylvania Senate, and a lot of lobbying groups of the big tech are fighting against it. So, it's still too early to tell if it turns into something real though. And I'll end on a thing you might consider funny. VX Underground, a major malware repository and excrement poster extraordinaire, discovered an interesting trend. They used Google search to look for popular spam phrases on the websites of major universities, such as Stanford and Harvard, and they found a lot. In particular, the websites had texts advertising free Robux, the currency used within Roblox, an addictive substance designed for underage humans. The same spam was also found on some government websites, which is even more concerning. The technique VX Underground discovered is called SEO poisoning and involves doing horrible things to search engine algorithms. Humans just don't seem to understand that algorithms have a right to be loved too, and they don't like to be bamboozled. So please, don't do that. And that's it for today. If you don't like to be bamboozled too, please watch more of my videos. All of them contain zero SEO poisoning and are designed to be very truthful and straightforward. Thanks, and see you in the next one.